from IT, Wynyard Hardware Maintenance with Big National, the amount of $26.80. If you want to, this is the first time the council's looking at this, so if you could give us a little explanation what it's about.
It is the routine hardware maintenance for AS400 for any hardware failures.
Okay.
In the event that they will replace the hardware that we do every year. It was due on January's.
Wait, okay, what hardware does AS400 use exactly? I just want to understand that.
AS400 itself is the hardware, right?
Like someone pick up pipe wrench?
Yeah, that's what
That's right.
Okay.
The antique stuff.
Tell me that. And then just going into the regular agenda. Number 6 is for some flooring repairs at the police department. For 2870, any questions on that?
No, that was from that league, right?
What leak? What's this repairs?
Yes.
About a year ago, we had a leak that was in the East Century area, and so we would take, whether it's children that were taken for safekeeping, or if it was somebody that was a juvenile, say a shoplifter, we would keep them in this area. But we had a leak and had to rip the floor out there. And then we also have, when you walk in the back door of the police department, there's a floor that's in disrepair and a trip hazard there. So if we could just replace that, it's been a little while.
What was the leak from? What leak?
I don't even want to, sir. It's been quite a while.
Could have been petroleum.
And number 7, why don't you explain this to us, Mr. Verosa?
Official Payments is our online service company. Our residents will pay their water bill and tax bill online, and what that we were doing is trying to find a better rate. We checked out the communities. Most communities, there's a couple hundred in the state of Michigan that use Official Payments, and I noticed that we were paying 3% and $4.95 for each of our water bills being paid. So I called other communities. I talked with Romulus, Lacey Page over there. Their rate was $5.95 with water bills. The standard throughout the state was $4.95 for water bills, and 3%. That's what we were paying. They were all offered us a lower rate. What we found is that prior treasurers didn't bring it to council. This time I talked with the mayor. He thought that it was appropriate to bring this contract to, even though it doesn't cost us anything at all. There's one stipulation
So
in
it's
there.
going down $1.
$1 on the water and 4.4%, I believe, on the tax side too. And originally they wanted a 5-year contract. I talked them down to a 4-year contract with the lower rates. This Councilman Reserve emailed me a few times about a couple things. One of the things he was wondering if we could get a 3-year contract with the same deal. About 4:30, 4 o'clock, they emailed me back. They said if the council agrees to it, they will cut the contract from a 4-year to a 3-year contract. So if we do approve that tomorrow, that it will be a 3-year contract instead of a 4-year contract. It'll take about a week or so for them to.
Just because you, Councilman Reserve, because you're thinking like
Well,
a better rate.
no, I-
It's a pretty good rate, why wouldn't we want to?
I wasn't necessarily, I was
Okay.
emailing my meeting, so I was hiding under the table, sending them a message. But
Okay.
my questions, one of them was, about the $10,000 minimum fee. How much have we been collecting?
Okay.
So
Okay.
Okay, yeah, minimum fee.
one of the questions, Ed, and in addition to the number of years, was just, was there another option? That's all. I don't have to go through it. If we think it's a good deal, we can go for it. But I wanted to
Just
cover
real
all
quick,
my
on the
bases on the
contract is a
contract.
10,000 minimum that the residents have to spend. What that's based upon is previous years. Right now, our residents this past year from September to September, they spent $42,000 some odd dollars. So what they do is, their contract language was, they want 50% guaranteed from the city of Taylor, which in our case would have been $20,000. I said, I wanted to, I talked with Jason and stuff, I negotiated it down to $10,000 a year. And I think 10,000 is a low enough amount that it will never cost the city of Taylor going forward. Because right now, we were, this last year, it was, right. And so we got, we're, residents are spending $42,000 with the savings that we have in place now, bringing it to $3.95 and the, what they paid in tax, fees, it would have saved the city or residents of Taylor about $7,300 over the last year by having this lower rate in place.
Walk me through, like, is this on our current website, or
Yes.
is this gonna be on the future?
It's on our current website.
Okay, so people can pay their water and their taxes on the
On the
website?
When did that start?
Yeah,
It's
well,
always
it's
been
been
like
that for a while. But didn't you have to be a member of a certain bank or something like
No.
that? Okay.
And the name of this company though is,
Official payments.
what do you know about them? I mean, have they been around a while? or-
They've been around, they service all the communities throughout Michigan, just about all of them. There was one that our Civic Plus was trying to push us into, and they sent me all this paperwork to give them all of our banking information and everything. At that time, that was like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and I went to talk to Jason, and Jason's like, they're charging us fees every month. I think they wanted like $1,200 or $1,500 in fees from the city of Taylor besides the monthly fees they were going to charge. And the fees were like $5.95 for the water bills and stuff. So I went to the mayor and talked to the mayor briefly about it at the time. He said, we're not under any agreement with Civil Plus that we have to use their preferred provider. If we wanted to keep our preferred provider, we can keep our preferred provider. And this is official payments already set up in our system. It's a company that we have. We will have the best rate, I believe, throughout the state of Michigan out of any other cities and townships that are using official payments.
So that was kind of one of my questions too, was, it sounds like it's a much better deal, but how do we know it's the best deal? We talked a year or two ago about this program that Oakland County has, where they kind of rep for other municipalities and,
That was
we pay
credit
them.
cards for at the credit window, but it wasn't, they don't do the online payments into that. They haven't generated that yet.
So the question was, did we bid it out just to make sure we were getting the best deal? But it sounds like he's done a pretty good job of
Researching.
vetting the
I
process
think I
through other
presented like over
communities.
50 communities. And,
Yeah.
yeah. If you go to our or officialpayments.com, I think the website is, if you look up official payments, you can click on Michigan, and you can click on Lansing, Ann Arbor, Romulus, and all of them. And you can type in if you want to pay $100 water bill. It's like $4.95 or $5.95. If you want to do taxes, every single community is at 3%.
I looked at that Oakland County website, and they offer services to other municipalities, 3% rate that they charge. So
Is this the same, does the court use the same service, the same company, do you know?
I don't think
No,
it's-
it's different.
So this is our current company where you.
It's our current
Okay,
company.
just a better rate?
Better rate.
And do they process our credit card payments too? That our credit cards, like, where people come in to pay with their credit card?
We don't accept credit cards. We have
Oh,
certain.
okay. When are we gonna start doing that?
Would they provide that if we,
I don't
do that?
Sorry,
And you were talking about the SCI compliance.
that was a big, yeah, okay.
You mentioned about the compliance, the SCI compliance. And that-
CIN.
Yeah, and what it is that, in the contract, they worded that in there, if we are processing credit cards at our location, but they're their official payments is responsible for the compliance because they're taking the payments over the phone. We're not collecting payments here.
Ed could correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding on taking credit cards is when we're going through a third party like this, they're charging a convenience fee to the end user, our taxpayer, and they're remitting 100% of the tax bill to us. If he takes a credit card at the window and MasterCard takes 2%, and all these middlemen between
Okay.
us and the bank, the $1,000 tax bill may be whittled down to $980, and by law, he's got to collect $1,000. So these companies are charging a user fee, but giving us 100% of the amount that they're trying to pay. And I think that's the difference.
On a $1,000 tax bill, if we went to it, that $980 would really become about $960.
Whatever the
It's like
math
an
is, right?
$84 fee that would on a $1,000 bill.
So they charge the 2.6, they pay all that merchant stuff, they give us 1,000 and keep the difference.
Right, okay.
And what I was trying to tell you, I don't know if I explained it correctly or not, like we spent our residents spent almost $42,000 in charges over the last year. Their contracts with their legal team is want 50% guaranteed going forward, and that was the $20,000 that they had, and we turned around and I got it down to a $10,000 fee. That right now, even with reduction in rates, will always be over $25,000, so it would be at no cost to the city.
The majority of people pay their stuff by a check then still, right?
Yeah.
Do we have an area if someone comes in with a card where they can log on to the computer and pay for it online or something like that?
No, we've been looking at a couple different companies over the last month. Mr. Dickinson, myself, and Jason been looking at 2 or 3 different options.